Life in Sonderville. Erin Chapter 5C. The Bat's Conundrum.
Welcome, jugglers.
Greetings, officer.
Oh, in, everyone. Come on now, nothing to see here.
He still refuses to eat. He cannot keep on like this any longer.
That'll be enough out of you, Simmons. In your cell, now. Dr. Barrett, looks like you're on.
All right, here we go. What's the patient's name, please?
Hugh Brohane.
Okay, help me roll Mr. Brohane onto his back.
Yes, ma'am.
Please hold his legs elevated while I try to speak with him. Mr. Brohane, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good response. Now, did you hurt anything when you fell? Did you hit your head?
No. Should I do it again?
Only if you can bring yourself to your feet.
She's holding my legs.
Officer Vendari, please lower his legs. Do you think you can stand?
Nope. You called my bluff.
He's starving, Doctor.
Simmons, another word out of you and I will alert the warden.
Are you not eating?
Nah, I can't. It's Ramadan.
That was back in March.
I just converted. I gotta make up for lost time.
It sounds like you're making excuses.
So that's what that sounds like.
You know, if you don't eat, we'll have to insert an IV.
That won't be necessary.
So you're going to cooperate? Officer Vendari, send someone to get him something to eat, preferably some fresh fruit.
We don't allow them to eat in their cells.
Then he'll eat right here on the floor, outside his cell.
Spunky. I like this one.
Have you been drinking, at least?
Totally clean. Not a drop since they took me in.
You know I meant water.
Here and there.
Make sure he has water.
Yes, ma'am. You heard the doctor. Someone go get Mr. Brohane some fruit and water.
When was the last time you ate?
I don't remember.
Officer, do you know?
Negative.
Okay. How about you? Simmons, is it?
Yes, ma'am. It was last Wednesday.
Tattletale.
It's very helpful information, thank you. The good news is, I don't think you're going to suffer any permanent damage.
You're about 20 years too late on that front, but it is comforting to hear. Thank you.
No problem. Now do me a favor and please eat whatever the guards bring you. Can you do that for me?
You know what? I think I can.
Officer Vendari, please see to it that Mr. Brohane is well fed before the day is over.
Yes, ma'am. Are you going to stay?
I need to head out. Regarding our conversation earlier, I think I need to speak with Professor Kelleher.
Very well. What time are you reporting tomorrow, Doctor?
I should be in by 9. Thank you.
Doctor,
Yes?
your kindness is an inspiration. May peace guide you home.
Thank you. Let's see if I can figure my way out of here. This looks familiar. Yeah, I think I got it.
You leaving too?
Oh, yes.
This door's the exit. It can get kind of like a labyrinth in this place.
Thanks, yeah, totally.
Little late for tourists to be leaving the Circo, isn't it? Where's the rest of your group?
I'm not a tourist. I live here.
You do?
Yes, sir.
You've got to be new then, right?
Pretty new. Just got here last night. Erin Barrett.
That certainly is new. Oscar Maddock. Good to meet you, Erin. I'm the sheriff.
Sheriff. Yes, I learned that earlier.
Oh, you did, huh? Wait a second. Yeah, you were with him earlier.
Yes, I work alongside your brother now.
Ah, you've got the full scoop, huh? Well, no use trying to defend myself, I guess. He got to you first.
Defend yourself? From what?
Perhaps he didn't then.
He's not much for talking.
Not so much as he is for yelling, no. Well, I don't mean to disparage him. He's good at what he does. One of the best.
One should hope so.
What about yourself? I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you don't strike me as the prison guard type.
No offense taken. I'm a doctor, here to work for Kelleher Labs. One thing led to another. Now I'm at the Circo.
Good for you. Well, this is the town square, so this is where I stop. I suspect you're heading home yourself.
You could say that.
It was good to meet you. My office is this little building that shares the corner with the inn. You can find me there or at the Gemini if you ever need me. Stay safe.
Thank you, Sheriff. Take care. He seems nice. All right, just keep cutting through the plaza here and I'll be on the right path. I still recognize it from this morning. Whoa, did it get dark fast. I wonder what time it is. Well, I'll find out when I get home. Weird little town, this Sonderville. Good pay, though. Great pay. Can't argue with that. Even still, there's something not quite right. Like what Officer Vendari was saying at the circle about the labs. Maybe I should... No. I could just talk it out with Professor Kelleher. He seems to be one of the only well-adjusted people here. I'm sure there's a very good reason as to why he executes patients privately. No, this is all screwed. Well, here's the residential district. You know, the problem with a neighborhood of cookie-cutter homes is that I don't even know if I'm going the right way. We turned left leaving this morning, so go right. That should do it. I hadn't noticed the mailboxes have names on them. That's cute. I bet the Professor Kelleher is home. I could just pop in and not make it suspicious at all, like I know nothing. See if he tells me the truth without even knowing that I would know the difference. That sounds like a damn good way to spend a Sunday night. Yeah, let's do it. Allen. Nope. Duggarty. No. Emmett. Alphabetical, maybe. And Brickman. Not alphabetical. Well, it's not a big neighborhood. It won't take long for me to find him. Hernandez. Plunkett. That's a fun one. Plunkett. Stop being weird. Kelleher. Got him. Okay. No big deal. Knock on the front door and...
Dr. Barrett. Dr. Barrett, hello.
Hi, Professor. Sorry to barge in on you. Is this a bad time?
No. No, of course not. Come in.
Thank you.
Please make yourself at home. Take a seat. Can I get you anything?
Thanks. I'm fine right now, actually.
So, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I was walking home from the Circo. I hit your place and figured I'd talk to you in person instead of calling.
Great! What about?
The warden offered me a position at the Circo. I've accepted.
I see. We had spoken about such an arrangement, although, and please don't take this the wrong way, but you were not the primary candidate for it. It's not going to affect your working at the labs, though, so don't fret. Unless, of course, this is some different offer that I wasn't already keen on.
No, I think this is the one.
I'm relieved.
I also wanted to speak with you about the patient.
How's that?
I heard that the patient from last night, she escaped.
That she did? There was a rather thorough interrogation this morning, so if you don't mind, I'd rather...
Has she been found?
We haven't had reports on her being found, no.
That's unfortunate.
Well, yes and no.
Do you think she'll ever be found?
I certainly hope so. She's both a danger and in danger.
In danger?
The world is not very kind to people in her state of mind. She could wind up very hurt, or worse.
You'd hate that, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. Is something bothering you, Dr. Barrett?
Not at all. I mean, I'd hate it too. I do hate the thought of something happening to her.
Are you sure I can't get you anything? Something to eat. A drink.
I'm fine, really. Isn't it a little odd?
What's that?
We're both concerned for this woman's well-being, and yet she's scheduled for execution.
That is certainly true. It's a delicate balance, but she deserves justice in every sense. It was her prior status as a victim that led her to commit the crimes that would lead her to this conclusion. No one deserves to return to victimhood regardless of their circumstances.
That's a very good philosophy.
Thank you. So I understand you met the warden. What do you think of him?
He's fine. So if you thought a patient was being put into a scenario that seemed like they were being victimized within their environment, would you intervene?
Certainly. I would do everything I could.
That makes sense.
Dr. Barrett, I feel like the most awful host. Are you sure you're comfortable?
Never been more so. Thank you. Wow, it really does feel like I'm interrogating you. I'm sorry. It's just that I find this all so fascinating, the balance between patient care and the justice system. You wouldn't think there'd be such a gray area.
But there is. It's one of the reasons I was so enticed by Sonderville, being this close to the real nitty-gritty of it.
Absolutely. Same for me.
I sensed that you and I would see eye to eye on these kinds of things. You were one of the first candidates I truly felt excited about interviewing.
Thank you. Hypothetically, if there was a patient you thought was unfit for the kind of public execution at the Circo, is there something we would do to remedy that?
We can't pardon criminals if that's what you're asking.
It's not. I mean, if I had a patient who I thought would benefit from a more private way out.
Dr. Barrett, I did not let Sasha Ickert go voluntarily.
Oh my god, no, I didn't mean to insinuate that at all. I'm so sorry.
Then I'm confused. What did you mean by way out?
I mean like a private euthanization. Could we provide that?
Absolutely not. It's not ethical to take those kinds of matters into our own hands.
I see. I agree.
You know, Erin, I was just making a batch of tea when you came to pay me a visit. It's no trouble at all if you'd like a glass.
No, thank you. It's getting pretty late. I don't like to have caffeine right before bed.
Oh, but it's chamomile. You'll never sleep better in your life. Are you sure you don't want some?
No, thank you. I should probably be getting home now.
Feel free to come back anytime you want to chat.
Thank you, Professor. Have a good night.
You too. Good night, Erin.
See you soon. He's lying to me. Why is he lying to me? Or was Vendari mistaken? What would either of them have to gain from lying to me? Well, what's worse? Vendari lying, meaning no one gets executed at the labs, but then where would they go? Or Kelleher lying, meaning people are being executed without prior knowledge. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
What don't you like one bit?
Hiya!
Dr. Barrett, it's Jace.
Jace?
From the labs. We spoke on the phone earlier. I moved in your stuff.
Oh, hi, Jace. Good to meet you.
You too. Can you let me go, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
Wow, you got quite a grip there. Not that that's weird or anything. I meant that as a compliment.
How did you know who I was?
Well, you were coming from the professors. I heard you talking to yourself, and I recognized your voice.
Okay, but why were you following me?
I wasn't, until I saw you. When I saw you, I wanted to say hi and introduce myself. Before that, I was walking my beat.
Why are you walking a beat?
I'm starting a new neighborhood watch. I want to help Sheriff Maddock however I can, and I figured if he's got eyes more places, fewer bad things will happen in town.
Jace, that's a wonderful idea.
Thanks. So what is it you don't like one bit? Walking alone? Because I can escort you to your home if you'd like.
I'd like that very much, thank you.
No problem. Captain Jace is on the case. That's what I used to say when I was little. It was my superhero name. I don't still call myself Captain Jace. I mean, except just then, but I mean, that was because
It's a good name.
Thanks.
Jace, do you know anything about what Professor Kelleher does?
Not really.
Do you know how much patient involvement he has?
No, I just answer the phone and schedule pickups and drop-offs. It's a lot of talking to the warden, which is a lot. Not that he's a bad guy, it's just that he talks a lot. Like, a lot.
Oh, I know.
One time, he asked me about my shoe size, and then went on and on about how many snakes he's been bitten by in order to build up a venom immunity.
That sounds right. Listen, Jace, can you do something for me?
I'll make a full-hearted attempt.
The next few patients that come into the labs, please follow them very carefully. Escort them back in person if you must.
I don't usually...
I know you probably don't, but I'd like for you to try and start. Tell Professor Kelleher that I asked for you specifically to do this. Can you do that for me?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Thank you. This is my place.
Sure is.
Thanks for walking with me. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night, Doctor. Captain Jace, away!
Good kid. I can trust Jace to give me the truth. He's too naive to know the difference. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll go to sleep now and try to get to the prison early. That way I can check in on Mr. Brohane and see if I can speak with the patients about what goes on when they go to the labs. Why did God invent 6 a.m.? All right, change and go. Here we are. Front door's locked? No one out front. Maybe there's someone stationed out back I can talk to. There's someone. Wait, isn't that... Lay low.
Inside, quickly!
Officer Vendari?
Thank you, sister.
Trilobane. What are they...
Friends, remember this day, and remember the task at hand. We must work at a steady pulse, applying pressure feverishly. Don't forget to breathe. Truly, our next steps have never been more vital. ODS initium et finis!
She's letting them inside? Should I catch up to them? No, I gotta warn the warden. But wait,
We have come to the end of this chapter, and a decision must be made. To confront Trilobane, listen to Erin chapter 6e. To alert the warden of what you saw, listen to Erin chapter 6f. In this episode of Life in Sonderville, the part of Erin Barrett was played by Abby Anderson. The part of Officer Vendari was played by Hannah Gaffney. The part of Hugh Brohane was played by Darren Frank Earl. The part of David Simmons was played by Christopher Newman. The part of Sheriff Maddock was played by A.J. Mastrangeli. The part of Edmund Kelleher was played by Josh Portero. The part of Jace Jarasak was played by Robert Jean Pellecchio. The part of Trilobane was played by Jeffrey Koval. Additional voices provided by Eric Dan, Jeffrey Koval, and Alan Winter. Original music provided by A.J. Mastrangeli. Mixing and editing by Mark Swift. Life in Sonderville was written by Mark Swift and produced by Oh the Fool. Thank you for listening to Life in Sonderville.